Alright beauties, so we're going to jump right into this sleigh. I'm actually going to do a voiceover, so I hope you guys enjoy this video. I'm so happy to be back filming, and as you guys can see, I got a whole new setup, but we'll get into that a little bit later, maybe in another video, so just stay tuned. Alright you guys, so right now you're about to see me put on this Milk of Magnesia. I was going out, so I did want my makeup to last. I did put it in a different tube, but that's what it is. It's the cherry kind. And I just find that this is the only thing that helps me stay matte all day. Okay, we need to pull this hair back because we're about to slay. Alright, so now I'm going to take this Black Radiance. And I love this foundation. It's oil free, and I am in the shade Pecan. So I'm going to start putting this all over my face. And as you guys can see, this is a really pretty color. It has like a hint of shimmer to it as well. I don't know, it just does something to my skin. You guys are about to see. Like, this stuff is very affordable. I got it from Walgreens, and I think I paid about $6 for it. It just, look at that coverage. Like, you guys cannot tell me. It just covers so well, and it gives you like a copper kind of tone, if you guys can see that. So I'm just gonna blend this all out. Just so everything looks even. Okay, and we're still blending. I'm just trying to make sure this makeup is staying on all night. Okay, and we're almost done with this. So we're gonna do brows next. And just like that, the brows are done. So now we're gonna go in with this Too Faced Chocolate Gold palette, which is an oldie but goodie. And I'm going to go right in that shade right there. I will have the shades in the description box for you guys. So we're just going to start by putting this all over my crease. And I am using the Sigma E40 blending brush, which is one of my favorite brushes now. So I'm just going to start building our transition colors. And I'm just doing a wiper motion. So I'm just going back and forth with this, and I'm just going to get it to the deepness, the shade that I'm looking for. And I'm more concentrating on that crease. I am going to do somewhat of a cut crease, so that's why I'm trying to build this color up. So now we're going to take this Juvias Place palette, and we're going to go in with that shade right there. And like I said, all the shades will be in the description box for you guys. And this is like an orangey shade, and I think it's so beautiful for a transition color. So I'm just going to do the same thing, going back and forth in a wiper motion. In this side, you guys, sis was not playing, okay? It like came out so pigmented. So I'm trying to catch this other lid up. And I like to do both eyes at the same time. I know some people like to, you know, go back and forth, but... And then we're going to go in this pinky shade right here. It looks burgundy off camera, but on camera it looks very pink, but it's more like a burgundy color. So I'm just trying to build this crease up so I can do my cut crease. And as you guys can see, it's starting to deepen up, and it's starting to look real cute. She's looking real cute right now. And I'm using that same shade, the burgundy shade. Alright, so we're going to go in with some concealer now. This is the Fenty concealer, Fenty Beauty, and I'm in the shade 370. And I love this concealer as far as sculpting out the eyes. It has very good coverage, and it's like the perfect coverage for doing eye look, because it dries really quick, so it's just the perfect matte. And I'm just going to use this tapered brush, and I'm just going to blend all of this out so we can start our cut crease. So when you're doing a cut crease, you always want to have like a very, you know, kind of like thick concealer. You want it to be thick unless you're using a primer, but I just like to use concealer because it just makes it easier. Now it's not perfect, but I'm going to zoom you guys in. It's not perfect, but it's going to look good once we're done. Alright, so let's go back in with that Too Faced Chocolate Gold palette, and I'm using that shade right there, which is Old Money. And this shade is like a copper shade. It's very pretty. So I'm going to take this flat brush, and I'm just going to go right in that shade. And I'm going to start pressing it in. So just doing little tapping motions just to press it all in, because we're going to start building it up. So now I'm going to drag the brush just to cover more ground. I sound like I'm building a house or something, cover more ground. But you guys know what I mean. All right, let's go in this shade right here. And this shade is like a very like mauvey brown kind of color. It's shimmered. And I'm just going to go on top of that crease with that, just to do a little transition. And I'm also going to drag this in somewhat of the tear ducts just a little bit. And this is just going to make all the colors pop together once we're done with the look. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with my favorite concealer, and this is the LA Girl Pro Concealer. You guys know I'm in the shade Fawn, and I'm just going to be putting this all over my face. Now that I'm done with my eye, I like to do this just because if there's any fallout. And I'm also going to take that Fenty concealer again just to lighten up my concealer a little bit. Alright you guys, so we're blended all out. Now I'm going to take this Black Radiance concealer stick, and I'm just going to start sculpting out my nose. Now, you guys, I have to be honest, this was a little dark for me, so I did have to go in, I did have to take it off after I was done. I took it off and I did my nose all over again just because once I blended it out, I feel like it was just way too dark for me. So I'm going to blend this out with this e.l.f. brush. You guys are going to see it's by e.l.f. and it's just a flat brush. Now I love to use this brush for contouring my nose because as you guys can see, it's snatched, okay? This brush snaps. It goes off, and yes, I mean, look at that. And it's minimal effort. So I am going to try to blend this out as best as possible. It looks good on camera, but off camera, you guys, it was just giving really dark vibes, and I just was not feeling it. I was like, this is not it. So sometimes it happens. So I'm going to take this brush, and I got this brush on Amazon, and I'm just going to kind of sculpt out the nose a little more. Now that I have this little brush, it makes it easier to really pinpoint where you want to, you know, do. So I go back and forth with the e.l.f. brush as well as that other brush from Amazon, and I'm just going to try to, you know, blend all of this out. All right, so now we're going to go in with some setting powder. This is in the shade Suntan, and this is the Airspun. And it retails for about $5 at Walmart. So I'm going to take some of that Airspun powder, and I'm just going to be putting this on the sides of my nose. And I'm really trying to lighten this up a little bit. It looks so good on camera, but you guys, like I said, in person, it just wasn't it for me. It just wasn't the way I wanted my contour to look. Alright, so now we're going to go in with some Fenty. This is the Fenty bronzer, and this one is in the shade Caramel Cutie. Now, I am so sorry it's so dirty. I didn't realize how dirty it looked until I showed it to the camera. I really need to get some Windex to that. But I'm just going to be patting this in on the sides of my nose just to kind of blend everything out a little more. And now I'm going to go in with this fluffy brush that just fell on the floor. And I'm just going to be using, so this has some Airspun on it as well, and I'm just going to start blending this and trying to lighten it up a little bit. I mean, you guys know makeup is a work in progress, okay? It doesn't always look beautiful as you're doing it, but once it's done, honey, that's when you could be like, okay, like this is the final product. So I'm gonna go back in with that Fenty again. And now we're going to be taking it on our cheeks. We're just going to be sculpting them out. And I like to just tap this stuff in. And I also do a circle motion. Now this, you guys already know. If you see my Fenty review, then you know that this shade, this, like whatever is inside of this, powder, it just works so good. And it photographs so well. Like you look so beat in photos. It's very pigmented. So I'm just going to kind of carve out these cheekbones a little bit. I'm going to go under with some more of that, what is it, the powder, setting powder. And you guys, I have a wig on. Can you believe this is a wig? Like, look how melted it is. And I'm looking for my NYX. This is a bronzer, a matte bronzer. I forgot what shade it's in. I think it's in, I don't know, it's like a brown shade. So I'm going to use this as well. And I'm just going to go right over those cheekbones again. Those cheeks to kind of sculpt them out a little more. And I'm going to go back over to the nose. And I don't know what I'm looking for, okay? I'm looking for all kind of stuff. I'm just trying to make this look happen. So I got all my makeup in front of me. I got some on my bed. You guys can see it's struggle's real, girl. All right, so we're gonna go with back in, but we're gonna be using a different Juvias place. This is the blush palette, the Saharan Blush Volume 2. Okay, you guys, we're gonna go right in this shade right here. And I would have all the shades in the description box. And I'm going to be taking this brush that I got from, what is it? Eco Tools? Yeah, it's the Eco Tools brush. Now this is just like a big brush. I could not find my blush brush, so I had to use what I got. I had to use what I had in front of me, girl. So I zoomed you guys out a little bit because as you guys can see, it's looking good now. And I did find my blush brush, but for now, this is going to work just fine. Okay. All right, you guys. So we're going to go under the eye now. We're going to be taking the Chocolate Gold palette. Once again, this is from Too Faced. And as you guys can see, I'm looking real cute. So we're going to go back in with that shade right there. I think it's New Money. I forgot. Like I said, y'all, look in the description box, please. So I'm just going to be putting this all over my lower lid. And as you guys can see, I do have lashes on now. These are from Eye Envy. And these are the 3D Minks. And I just love these lashes. I've had these before and they're just so pretty. So I'm just going to start building this up under the lash, under the eye. All right, so we're going to go in with some mascara now, and I'm going to be taking this Maybelline Total Temptation. You guys, this is my favorite right now, and I've been using this for about a couple months. I did just buy a new one, but I still have some left in this one, so I'm just going to use what I have left before I break my new one open. And look at that, you guys. Like, this is just the truth. You know, Maybelline is an OG. She an OG, but she a goodie, okay? And she works so good. It just gives the perfect amount of volume. And I literally wear this like every day. I wear this foundation. Well, I don't wear makeup every day, but you guys know when I do wear makeup, that's what I'm wearing. And I'm sorry, I was all out of focus right now. I didn't realize that I kept going in and out of the frame. All right, so now let's go back in with this Juvia's Place palette. And I'm going to be using that shade right there. It's like a bronzy, and the other shade, which you guys can see I use very often because there's nothing left in the pan. Okay, and I like to use this as a highlighter because it just, oh, it works so good, you guys. I use it as eyeshadow, but I definitely use it as a highlighter more, hence why there's nothing in the other pan. It's just the perfect highlighter shade. So Juvia's Place, please make this in a highlighter. And I just like to dust this all over my face, and it's just going to give me a nice glow. So now we're going to be taking some setting spray, my freaking favorite, you guys. This is by e.l.f. And I get this at Target, and it retails for about $6. And I'm just going to spray this all over my face. Yes, yes. All right, you guys. So that is it for that. And we're going to do the lips. All right, you guys. So I'm going to go in with this NYX. And this is in the shade Espresso. And I'm just going to line my lips. I'm also going to be using this Milani. This is a plumping lip gloss. So first, let's go in with the shade Espresso. And you guys know NYX has the best liners for the lips. Like, you cannot tell me they're not the best. Besides MAC, NYX is right up there. And I forgot to blend out under my lip. Look at all of that. All of that contour. I always forget that. Okay, so let's go back in. We're just going to be sculpting out the lips. And I'm so sorry, you guys. I was not in frame at all. I'm trying to be in the frame, but I also have to get close because I wear glasses and I could not see, girl. All right, so let's go in with that Milani. And I have the shade here, so I'm going to say what the shade is because you guys know I'll be forgetting all these shades. So this is in the shade Nude Shimmer. And it's the Brilliant Concealer. What is it? Brilliant Color. And it's giving really gold vibes. It's real cute. I'm going to take my hair out now. All right, I'm going to zoom you guys out so you can see the final look. And we are serving. So thank you for watching, you guys. And I'll see you in the next